Hello viewers, this is Jubilee Sakia and you're watching My News Any. Amid China's ongoing push for large-scale hydroelectric project, particularly dam project, concerns are mounting in India, particularly in Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. Here we are bringing you the full details. China's dam project raises Indian downstream concern. Yarlung Sangfo becomes Brahmaputra in India. Past incidents highlight risks of Chinese dams. Experts fear environmental, structural and cultural damage. India-Bhutan ties praised amid regional hydro tensions. Yes, viewers, amid China's ongoing push for large-scale hydroelectric project, particularly the dam project, concerns are mounting over the potential impact on downstream regions in India, particularly in Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. Neeraj Singh Manhas, advisor at the Parley Policy Initiative, has voiced apprehensions about the dam project being developed by China on the Yarlung Sangfo River, which becomes the Brahmaputra upon entering India. He stated that China has been planning mega project for some time on Yarlung Sangfo River. Yarlung Sangfo is called Brahmaputra when it enters Assam. Manhas added that while China may justify the hydroelectric project in terms on its push towards renewable sources of energy, the project has ramifications for India, especially in the northeast. However, a similar episode occurred in 2017 when the fresh water river, which comes from the upper riparian, it suddenly became black in color. Researchers attributed this to unregulated mining activities in the plateau, elevated at 4,000 to 5,000 meters. He further noted that the persistence set by the Yangnes Dam. From Bhutan's perspective, the concerns are no less significant, although the immediate geographic impact may be less direct. Experts and environmentalists have repeatedly warned the upstream project on the rivers like the Yarlung Sangfo could alter water flow, impact agriculture and increase the risk of flash floods in Indian states like Assam. Dorji voiced apprehensions about the structural and environmental risks associated with such a massive construction. The cultural and spiritual implications also weighed heavily on both Indian and Tibetan communities. Separately, he also offered a personal perspective on India-Bhutan relations in the context of regional collaboration and trust. The issue continues to be a critical geographical and environmental concern for India, especially as climate change intensifies the vulnerability of river-dependent regions in the northeast. Here is what advisor of Parley Policy Initiative Neeraj Singh Manhas have stated.
Okay, so first of all, we need to understand that China is proposing a new dam on Medong County. It's not new and it should not be very much shocking, because we need to understand one thing, that China proposed 14th five-year plan and it was initiated in 2021 and it is about to end in 2025 itself. So in their five-year plan itself, they have planned very well, where they have decided that they are going to build cascades of dams on the Yarlung Sangfo. And this proposed new dam, which actually came into the news, this came on 25th of December. I clearly remember the day. It was the Christmas day on that day. And you can imagine that it was a Christmas gift to the all lower riparian country, and it was quite a shocking event also, where China has tried to portray that they are not going to stop. And when I say they are not going to stop, they are not going to stop in terms of becoming a world leader in the renewable source of energy. And as we know that China is also going towards the renewable source of energy, where they want to reduce the use of coal and they want to totally utilize the water, in creating and generating electricity. and their focus is that how they can move from coal to the carbon neutral by 2060. So it become a carbon neutral country, it becomes very important. So we need to use more and more renewable source of energy. That is wind, solar, and water becomes a very vital part of it. But looking at this dam, which is going to be a world largest dam, and by the way, China is already constructed world largest dam, which is again on the Yangtze River. And this dam, Medong County Dam, will be 3x, more than this Yangtze Dam. And I think if I talk about the money involved in this, it's more than $137 billion. So now the big question comes to into the play is that is China is really serious about it, or what are the implications for the lower riparian countries? For example, like because you mentioned about India comes in a stance of a middle riparian country, and below us there is Bangladesh, which is at the lower end of this riparian relation. So we also need to understand that there are certain kinds of certain kinds of duties which riparian countries needs to pay attention. Like for upper riparian, there are duties, they should not harm the middle or the lower riparian country. Similarly, there is a duties chart not been very much framed for the middle riparian, but there is a duty for the lower riparian countries also. So in that case, how much the data has been shared between each country, how much they trust each other on the water sharing, what are the bilateral relation they are sharing, because we have seen in the case of Pakistan also, Indus Water Treaty, that whenever the countries are having sharing a good relation, they tend to share a very good water relation also. So we also need to understand that how much it is going to impact. This is very much obvious that it is going to impact the lower riparian country, because we need to understand the moment Brahmaputra comes from a high speed from a Tibetan plateau, and this U bend where this Medong County is going to construct, there's a steep elevation of 2000 meters. So from that 2000 meter, the moment when the water will come down, it will at a very, very high speed, and it can create a huge amount of energy. It's just not necessarily that, just for creating the energy, but it is also to weaponize the water, which has been talked about very less. How China can, counter, or you can say the alter the, flow of the water. How it can control the water from that U bend, because China is again a very huge population country. They also need a lot of water to sustain their livelihood. And we also need to see that most of the population in China, they are based in northern part, and this river comes in the southern Tibetan part. So it becomes very important to diverse the water from south to north to take care of their needs. But in case of India, Arunachal and Assam, what they have faced in the recent time, like in year 2000, we have seen a huge a dam. It's been leaked in the Tibetan region. It has led to a great devastation in the northeast at that point of a time. Similarly, in 2017, we have seen the freshwater river which is coming from the upper riparian, it suddenly got black in color. So the academicians and the researchers found out that this is happening because of the mining activities which are taking place in the Tibetan plateau. And Tibetan plateau is at a plateau which is elevated at a 4000 or 5000 meters above the sea level, and it is having a huge amount of natural resources which are still needs to be explored, and China is still continuing doing that without taking care of the needs of the Tibetan people. And in the last dam, the Yangtze Dam, which is currently the world largest dam, it has also displaced the local indigenous people of Tibetans. 1.3 billion people were displaced at that point of a time. Although this place is very much remote, Medong County, I think 2017 data states that approximately 14 to 15,000 people are based in that area. But this area is also very much underdeveloped. It's not developed very much, and it's not hugely populated. So it becomes very challenging for China itself to construct a dam over there. One more thing is very important, that this area, this whole region where the Medong County is going to be situated, this is very highly sensitive area, seismic zone. It is based on the fault lines where countries or the place can experience large number of earthquakes. In the last January itself, we have seen that on 5th or 6th of January, there was a huge earthquake which happened in Tibet. And this Tibetan earthquake was very much near to the dam location. And this location is very much near to the LAC border of Arunachal Pradesh. So things needs to be seen in that angle, that how much and what capacity it is going to devastate the downstream countries. It has also led to the disadvantage to the aquatic life also. Large number of fishes which migrate from one riverbed to the another riverbed. It becomes very difficult for them also, for their biodiversity also. So there are growing challenges, but we need to come out with a reactive and strong protest against these activities which are happening on the upper riparian country. We need to talk about this, we need to discuss this, and we need to state how much far we can go with this idea. Are we ready for the solution, or are we just going to discuss it?
Do you think that?
Okay, so first of all, we need to understand that China is proposing a new dam on Medong
That's all
County.
for now. For further updates, keep watching My News NA.